What's up, gamers? This is Darkvelt from Fist of the Empire with a Black Desert Online quest guide for daily quests in Calpheon. This guide was designed for those of us who hate quests but want to get contribution points to advance in game. I'm taking you through 16 quests, earning you 1,300 contribution experience and 39 energy restored in under 20 minutes, with no prerequisites other than level. I recorded this during the recent closed beta 2 event after I hit level 50. Not positive on the level requirements for these quests, but I do know that when I ran through at level 35, most of these quests were not available. One last note, this guide is in 2 parts. This right here is the slow part, where I teach you the paths to take through Calpheon. The second part will be a fast walkthrough you can use once you get more familiar with the town. Now, let's get started. We're going to start off right by the banker. You can, if you're not really familiar with Calpheon, you can use your little magnifying glass up there and find the banker. Come around the corner here. The first one is going to be a Chimney quest. This guy right over here, under his little half tent, looks like he's drinking something, wants us to clean a chimney. So turn to the left, run over here. We're going to jump up on top of these carts and then up on top of these little tents and then to the roof. From there, run to the peak and jump to the next roof. Take a right over to the chimney. And just R, and that'll clean the chimney. Hit escape, jump down, turn the quest in. Number 1 is done. Now we're going to turn around and go right up the street. And over here on the right, you're going to see a guard right at the corner. We're going to talk to this guy. He's going to ask us to get find a pickpocket. So you turn around, and there's this little short kid running around. Sometimes it takes a minute. Most of the time, he's standing like right there next to the guard. Sometimes you'll have to run around and find him. So just happened to be one of those days when I had to run around and find a little kid. And you can tell who it is by the way they move. There he is over on the left. But yeah, turn around. There we go. Take a right. On the right, there he is. And when you hit R, he tries to run away from you. You got to click take right away, or he'll run away. So take, hit R, escape, run back to the quest giver. There's a couple quests where you got to find people like this. And then he's going to follow you back. Make sure he follows you. And then as soon as he stops running, you can turn it in. And then most of these quests you have to actually choose, and they'll have the green thing and the white thing. The white thing is actually like a small health pot, and the green is like a small mana pot. So you can use those. I think they might also be ingredients for some cooking recipes. So we jump down by the water now, talk to this little girl here, and she wants us to carry a crate over to the fish vendor. So we pick up a crate. And when you pick this up, the game is going to give you an auto path to the turn-in. It's actually not always the quickest way. As you might have noticed, auto pathing is quite often flawed. So if you just follow this path, just go straight, and then it'll be on the left here. It's a little bit shorter to go this way. Another note on this turn-in, the NPC, for some reason, will occasionally not see the crate, and you'll have to pick it up and set it down again. So when you talk to them, yes, if you can click the button, you're good to go. Click, 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 select your prize, R, escape, and you're on to the next one. Now from here we have another chimney quest, and we're going to run back towards the bank, and we're going to take a right, not here, not at the stairs, go to the next one. It's that same corner where I was looking for that little kid. Take a right, and behind the steps on the right, those stone steps, there's a little alley back here, and that is the second chimney quest. Talk to this guy, and he'll give you a chimney quest. So turn around, go up the steps right behind you. We're going to jump up on that roof, and turn around and jump up onto the next roof, and go look in the chimney. Press R. Sometimes the chimneys are a little tricky. You can jump up and down while you spam R. It's a little quicker if they're not giving you the quest. Another 80 experience. Moving on to the next quest. Now we're going to run down here, and this is the long run. We're going to run all the way down this straight shot past the elephants and the soldiers. And from here, we're actually going to the marketplace. So if you get turned around, use your little magnifying glass and go to the marketplace, which is on the right here as you pass the soldiers. And back in this little market area here, there's this little old lady. She wants you to find her pigeon. So talk to her, accept the quest, turn around, look for a white pigeon. They're really small. They do blink blue, but sometimes they're hard to see. So just look for a white pigeon. Got the quest, turn it back in. She actually gives you 100 contribution experience for this one. And then we're going to head back towards those soldiers, where we saw the elephant and the soldiers. We're going to make a right, and we're going to run all the way up as far as we can run. You'll notice when I do this in the fast version, I'm actually using a horse. It's tricky if you don't know where you're going. I suggest do it on foot first, but we actually want to talk to this giant guy that I almost passed. Talk to him real quick. He's going to ask you to go get his sheep. To get his sheep, you need the sheep food. This guy on his left has sheep grass that the sheep likes, lamb, whatever it is. And I'm going to run up here, get as close to this first lamb as I can, and go into inventory and right-click on that grass he just gave us. It's going to take about 5 or 10 seconds to set it down, and the sheep will be attracted to it, and then you can pick up the sheep. So we pick up the sheep, just pushing R, and then turn around, run back to the giant, turn that in. Select your prize. And we're going to run down the way we were going originally. We're going to make a right. And we're going to take another long run across the bridge. And this is the choir girl quest we're going towards. Some of these quests are unlocked by previous quests, so you need to do them in this order or some of them won't work for you. For example, this one is unlocked by that marketplace old lady. She wants us to go feed her little chicken named Peep. So we're going to run towards those cannons on the right, and we're going to make a left and go outside of the city and to the right a little bit. And then there's a little chicken yard, and there's near that well in front of me is a little bag of bread. You got to go to the bread, hit R, and then you got to click take a piece of bread. Then run over to one of the chickens. There's lots of them here. Doesn't matter which one. And open your inventory, right-click on that bread. And it's going to, again, take a few seconds to set it down. And you'll be able to talk to the chicken, I guess, and activate the next part of the quest. So spam R. Objective completed. We're going to run back into the city. And you'll see the cannons and guards here. We're going to take a right when you get close to them and go in here and turn the quest back into the little girl. If this is going a bit slow for you, this will be on YouTube, so you can use the YouTube settings to speed it up if you like. Anyway, back towards the cannons and soldiers. We're going to run towards the front of the formation and talk to this guard right here. He wants a book. This is probably the easiest quest. You just walk over to this book. It's over on this ledge, the front of the formation. Hit R, you pick it up, go turn it in. 80 more contribution experience, just like that. Now from here, we're going to run down the stairs and talk to the next guard. He's got a quest ready for us. This is another one where you have to capture someone by hitting R and then clicking on take. It can be a little tricky. You'll get the hang of it, but it's pretty common for me to lose them the first time. But usually they run towards a corner where they can't run away. So click take, click continue, hit escape, run back up the ramp, and make sure he's following you. If you run too far away, you'll lose him. But what I'll do is I'll run next to the quest turn in, and I'll wait for them to stop running. That means they're close enough to turn it in. Then you have to click the button. You can't press R to turn that one in because you captured someone. Now we're going to run down the ramp and then through the portcullis there and across the bridge. We're going to make a sharp left and go on top of that roof there. So jump up and jump up over the corner. Don't fall off. This guy gives you a quest. Wants you to knock some people out. And we're going to turn around. We're going to grab one more quest before we do that one. Take a left and go through the little tunnel there and talk to this lady in the middle of this fruit market. And she wants you to take some wine over to the garden party.
That looks a bit pretty.
So on your left, there's some barrels. You want to grab a barrel. We're going to walk back the way we came.
This looks good.
It's the small one on the left, through the little tunnel, and back across the bridge. Now, when you get across the bridge, you want to go to the left of those stairs there. There's a little small opening to get into this little courtyard. You're going to go through this room of people, in one door, out the other, and you're going to be at the garden party. This guy right at the end of the table here, looks like a purplish clothing he has on. Set the barrel down and talk to him. You can click I brought wine. Quest completed. Now we're going to run around the table and over here to this guy. He's going to give us a quest. And then, it's real important you do this next step. Stop at the second table here and grab food. You're going to need that for a quest later on. Okay, so in your inventory now, there's a plate of food, and you'll see we use that a little later on. Now, when you exit the second door, stop and turn around. You need to talk to this guy, turn in this quest. And that was for the little guy on the roof. He wanted us to knock that guy out. So make a left, jump back up on the roof to turn that in. And if you have two monitors and you're doing this in real time with me, you're doing really good. Because first time I did all this stuff, it was really difficult because I didn't know my way around very good. Back through the tunnel, make a left to the little fruit stand again. Turn in this quest to this lady.
That's expensive.
And then we're going to head down the little hill, down the slope. And we're going to go down the alley that's like straight ahead from there. We're looking for that little girl like up on a pedestal. That's the third chimney quest. Talk to her, she gives you the quest.
Can somebody let me down?
And then you want to get on the elevator. You could also walk around and use the stairs, but I usually just use the elevator. I think it's quicker, but I'm not sure. Now before we clean that chimney, we're going to pick up another quest and pick up some silk for a quest we just picked up a minute ago too. It's a little tricky navigating through this worker area. You'll probably get better at it than I am, but see, I got kind of stuck in here, but it was only a couple seconds that it took me. But okay, talk to this guy, pick up another quest, and right next to this guy, on that little table, is some silk. You want to pick that up. You'll need that for later. And work your way back the way you came. I hope you're doing better than I am here. Really, I've played this game before. Come on, go. Get out. There we go. Okay, now you want to go to the right of the elevator. There's a bridge. You want to cross that bridge, and we're going to do that little chimney quest. So carefully jump over there. I've never missed that jump, but I've heard it's possible. Clean the chimney. Go turn in the chimney quest, that little gal on a pedestal.
Would you tell me exactly what you need?
And we're going to go back the way we originally came, towards the main street with the soldiers. We're going to make a left and go up those stairs. See, those are the soldiers. Marketplace is across the way. Up the steps. This is kind of a long run. So up, 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 and then a little to the right and up more steps. And once you get here, make a right, go through the little tunnel. And keep on running up. And just before that next tunnel, we're going to make a left. See the steps on the right? You want that tunnel that's just to the left of those steps. And this does get tricky if you haven't done it before. There's a little wall that you can go through, a little hole in the wall. And then there's another one to go through. And make a right, And we go up to the palace area with the ladies that have the sword quest. Now, a couple things about this next questing area. There are some extra quests that if you do more of the prerequisites, you can see there's lots of quests I'm passing. If you do some of those quests, they'll unlock new daily quests. Like for instance, this gal right here I run to, there's a couple quests to unlock her, and she'll give you a daily quest. This gal wants you to find her rabbit. Once you find that rabbit, every day she gives you a quest where you don't have to find a rabbit. You just have to turn in rabbit meat to the meat vendor. So I found her rabbit. This is the first time I've done this quest on this server. Turn that back in. That one's done. And we're going to run out this tunnel here. Make a sharp left. Don't fall off. And talk to the lady here on the left. And this one is a time of day quest. The item she's asking for spawns back in the courtyard we just ran through. I'll show you that. But it spawns at 4:30 a.m. If you look in the upper right hand corner of your screen, there's a little clock tells you what time of day it is. So 4:30 in the morning, this moon pearl spawns and is available, and it's only available till about 2. So you can see I can't complete this quest because the time of day is wrong. It's don't let it bother you. You'll just have one less quest that day. If you happen to be doing it at the wrong time, it's not worth waiting for. But if you can do it, it's great. That other lady on the left that is a prerequisite quest, hers spawns at like 1 in the afternoon. So, or maybe it's early in the, I think it's like noon. So if you do this at the right time of day, you can get both of those quests. And then we're going to jump right off after we turn in that quest, all the way down. If you're high enough level, you shouldn't die. We're going to run through the into the yard here, and then we'll go down through. This is actually the way we came. Run through this little tunnel, make a right, running back the way we originally came up. Remember, we came up all those stairs. Another thing you notice is one of the quest rewards is that little grain juice that will heal health. So if you if you're jumping off buildings like I'm doing here, you can use those to heal back up. I'm actually a wizard, so I can heal myself pretty easy, but not all classes can do that. Down to the steps, and there's these little rocks on the left there. You can jump down here. You can also run back down the steps, but later on, I might leave my horse here sometimes because we came through here already. So I jump down, and we're going to run all the way back through those soldiers and the elephant to the other side. Now, this being my first time doing this quest on the server, I didn't realize. Oh, yeah, stop right here, and I had to splice this in because I forgot originally. But yeah, here's where you take the rabbit meat and you complete that quest. And then back out the way you're going, take a right. So anyway, this next quest I'm going to try and do. Well, actually, you'll see it doesn't work because it has a prerequisite. If you happen to do the prerequisite at some point, you could turn this in, and you'll just get more experience out of your run every day because it is a daily. Otherwise, just skip this where I pick up the sack of grain here. And you can finish a little faster if you don't want to do this. But we're stealing grain to feed the hungry protesters. So back down the right side here, past all the soldiers and into the midst of the protesters. It's like an Occupy movement gone wrong. And once the quest is unlocked, you'll see the guy here. That you'll see I set it down and I try to. It's the guy sitting on the little ledge there. I try to turn it into him, but he won't have it because I haven't done the prerequisites. So skip that and just move on to the next one, which does not have prerequisites. Okay, we're going to go up this tunnel through a bunch of people. We're going to go up again, up the steps, and then straight into the doorway with the red flag over the top. Make a left. And these are all the hungry protesters. We're going to put down that food. Remember, we were at that garden party. We picked up that banquet food. We're going to right-click on that in the inventory. It's going to set it down for them. Also, make sure you have inventory space for all this before you get started. Should have said that earlier, I guess. Okay, once you set the food down, talk to these guys. You might have to talk to a couple of them, but make sure it says quest completed. We're going to go out the way we came. This is a little tricky here. We're going to go down the steps the way we came and make our sharp right, go up some steps and across a little grassy area here. We're going to jump off over the ledge into the street, and we're going to go across the street into a house. Go up the steps here. Now it doesn't matter whose house you go into here. Nobody owns the house on this server, so it just lets me go through an empty one. Go through both doors, and make sure you get over to the left here when you jump. I've never fell in the water. Not yet, anyway. And we're going to cross the bridge. We're almost done. You can see the clock is ticking. We've got 19, almost 20 minutes. Turn in the quest for this Nobleman guy. Select your reward. And go over here, and we're going to open the inventory and right-click the silk. It's going to put down the silk for the under noble women, so they can look at some silk. We're going to, just like when you put the food down, now you got to talk to one of the ladies. Make sure you get quest completed. Turn around and run down and turn that into the snobby noblewoman here. And that is the last one right there. 1,600 contribution experience and 39 energy in 20 minutes. And as you can tell, you can probably do this a lot faster. I made a lot of mistakes here. So anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. And one last thing, if you're looking for a guild that loves to PvP, check us out, fistoftheempire.org.